Hi, my name is Wajiha. If you've never seen me before, I make book videos where I cry, laugh, and rant on and on about books. I wouldn't say that I am a picky rater, or so I thought. I usually give out 5 stars fairly easily. So, scrolling through YouTube and seeing other booktubers making this video ends when I find a 5 star read, it seemed like an easy challenge to take on and a lot of fun in the process. But boy, was I wrong. So wrong.
Okay. Hi besties. So it is time for book 1 of this video. I don't know what book I want to start this video with because half the books I've been reading just have not been 5 stars. And honestly, who knows, maybe this book will be a 5 star and this video is gonna be like, what, 15 minutes long? Or maybe it's gonna take the whole week. I'm hoping it just takes the whole week and not 2 weeks. But you just never know. I feel like I'm so picky with my 5 stars lately. Like, it's like the more I read, the more I get experience with reading, the more like 5 stars are very hard for me to come by. But yeah, so we're gonna figure out what book we're gonna read and go from there because I don't know. Like, it's really just, it's mood reading. And lately I haven't been doing what we're mood reading. Like, half the books I've picked up I did not like. Also, I don't like the font of the book. Yeah, I don't like that. It's too like cluttered. Like, can we get a little bit of space? Yeah. The way the words form is so like I don't want to say old school, but look, listen, it says, I have much to tell you, Jack, but none can be spoken in the open where the wind might steal the words off my lips. I don't know, like, it's a different type of writing that I'm used to, like the way the words are put together. So I don't know if I like it or if I don't, so I'm like literally just stuck. Hi besties, it's on Wednesday and I'm still on this book. I'm on chapter 7 now, and honestly I'm not loving it. I'm not, but I don't want to DNF it. I have this much love. Okay, so here's my goal, right? I'm hoping I can finish it today. So I am going to stop being a lazy brat and just like power through it. Obviously not right now because I have some errands to run. Yeah. I did download it on my Kindle, hoping it will help me get through it because I feel like when you read on Kindle, you read faster. And honestly, this chapter is so long, it's annoying. Like, each chapter is really long. I'm on chapter 7. I started this book Tuesday, I believe, because I started this video on Tuesday. Like the book, like, I'm not, like, obviously I want to get to the end because I do want to know what's really going on and why these kids are going missing, but I just don't feel a connection with the book that I normally would with a book. So like I said, I think I've said this before, it's not gonna be a 5 star at all. I don't think it's gonna be a 4-star, but honestly we're still really early to really know that. So I'm going to power through it, and maybe it will be a high 4-star, who knows. But right now, let me tell you right now, not loving it, you know. And I'm kind of disappointed because I really wanted this to be a 5-star, and then I can end this video here. But it looks like it's gonna be a long journey. I don't know how long this video is gonna be. It might be a month, but honestly I don't think it's gonna be a month because I'm not that much of a picky like 5-star rater, but I am picky in a certain aspect of it, so who knows. But you know what's crazy? Last week I read 4 books in a week. This week I'm struggling to get through this one. If that doesn't like summarize reading for you, then I don't know what does, because that's really just it. Like sometimes you are motivated and you know you're going through these books like dynamite, and then next you're just like, oh my god, why does this book suck? Face of someone who is taking forever to finish his damn book. Oh my god, I don't know what's going on. Honestly, it's the book. It's not me, it's the book. It's just not giving, and I don't want to DNF it because I don't know what page I was in. But it's giving I have to DNF it. Like, I could finish it. I'm on page 178. And this book is taking me almost 3 days to finish. Actually 2 days, because I started it yesterday. So never mind. How many chapters is it? Oh my god, there's 28 chapters. And I'm barely halfway through part 2. I haven't felt like this for a book in a long time. Honestly, if I could like power through a Sanctuary of the Shadows, I could power through this one, because that book was generally horrible. So you know what, I'm gonna stop complaining and I'm actually gonna continue listening to it. I knew it. 4 hours. I have 4 hours left in the book. When I tell you I have so much mixed feelings about this book, but I just want it to be over so we can start the next book tomorrow, because I do have homework to do and I do have some editing to do. So I'm gonna blaze through this, put up my show, finish editing this video for you guys, and start some of my assignments that needs to be turned in literally soon. But we're gonna blaze through it right now. Let's do it. Break from it again. This isn't going good. I wanted to breeze through it, but now I'm just like, I need a break. Like, what? I'm on page 327, and we're getting closer to finding out what is really happening between the two, like, realms, I guess you could say, or not realms, like two, what do you want to call it, two sides, and trying to figure out who actually took the girls. But I don't know, I think I'm over it. Like, we should have found out way before this. It feels so long. Like, I have this much life, literally, and like what I have left isn't even like the full thing. I'm gonna take a break again, and I'm gonna start editing again, and then I'm gonna listen to the audiobook while I edit. Maybe that will help me get through this. Hi besties, it's Thursday, and guess what? I finally finished this book, A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. And this it was a long 2 days, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I think it was 2 days, because I started reading it on Tuesday. It was really long, and I didn't, after finishing the book, I don't think it should have been this long. Anyways, I don't have much to say. It was okay, but I wouldn't say I loved it or I even liked it. Didn't enjoy it, as you guys saw. Like, the fact that it took me 2 days to finish says a lot. I rated it at 3 stars. Like I said, it was okay. It had potential, but I just felt like a lot of things were dragged on that we could have just been, you know, like, done with. But I think 3 stars gives it justice. But yeah, not a 5 star, and honestly, that is so disappointing. Now it's time for the next book. I don't know if the next book is gonna be a 5 star. I'm hoping it is. Anyways, the next book is No One Can Know by Kate Elise Marshall. Finally got the audiobook from Libby. That's what I was really waiting on, and it's finally available, so slay for that. And that will help me get through the book. Anyways, it's Friday, and I realized I haven't given you guys an update on No One Can Know by Kate Elise Marshall. I'm currently on chapter 23. This is how the story goes. We get past and present timelines. Okay, so we have Emma, Daphne, and Juliet. When they were younger, Juliet is the oldest, Emma is the middle, and then Daphne is the youngest. But when they were younger, both of their parents were killed in their home, like they were shot. And each daughter has a secret that they're keeping about the day that their parents died, like where they were. But anyways, so Emma basically jumped and protected her siblings, basically told them, okay, don't say this to the police. But for some reason, the police are accusing Emma, or were basically in the past, they were accusing Emma of the one actually killing her parents, because supposedly she was dating an older guy. Her parents didn't approve, and because of that, her and her boyfriend decided to kill her parents so they can, you know, get on with their love. But that really wasn't really what happened. There was an older guy involved, but they weren't like together. His name is Jeremy or Gabriel, I forgot, one of those two. But they weren't like romantically involved, basically. So basically Emma's life got turned upside down because everyone turned on her and accused her, and you know, she was the murderer. She got thrown in the foster system, her and Daphne separately. Juliet basically ran away, and Daphne and Juliet basically stopped talking to Emma. Juliet stopped talking to Emma for about almost 20 years, and Daphne 14 years. So like they basically abandoned her, even though she basically protected them. Like, you know, a lot of things she could have told the police, but she decided not to tell the police. But Juliet basically gave the police the time, like the storyline of, oh, she had an older boyfriend. Anyways, I'm liking it. Like in the present timeline, Emma is now married to Nathan and they're expecting their first child. But Nathan got laid off his job and they were supposed to buy a house, and now they can't buy that house anymore because they don't have money for it, and like, you know, they can't. So in order to find a place to stay, Nathan brought up the idea of them moving into her childhood home where her parents were killed. Emma didn't like the idea, but she had no other choice. They have nowhere else to stay. She didn't have any money. She wasn't really working, and again, Nathan was laid off. They move into the mansion. The mansion was like vandalized because kids break in and they were murder or whatever. Because of Emma moving back to her old hometown and moving back to the house, it opened up a Pandora box. Now her sisters are worried that she will find out their secret. So there's basically something that happened that night that her sisters don't want Emma to find out, because Emma is kind of blinded by everything that happened. So it's either one of her sisters actually killed their parents, or they know who killed their parents and they were involved with it. Anyways, I'm liking it. It's fun, and it keeps you curious because you just really want to find out who actually did it, because honestly, Emma didn't do it. I don't think she did it, but she also has a secret about her sisters that she isn't saying yet. But anyways, Emma and Nathan do have like marital problems. Nathan is very controlling in his own way. There is child abuse involved. Like Emma's parents, especially her dad, did abuse her and her siblings. Her mom was a narcissist, so was their dad. She put on this perfect persona, pearls, and you know, she wanted her kids to play the piano, do everything, basically become like her. They did not want their daughters to go to an out-of-state school. They wanted them in the vicinity of where they can control them, like in terms of college. So Emma was like the rebellion kid. She was over it. She didn't want them to dictate her whole life, so she stood up for herself against her parents. While Juliet, since she's the oldest, she was the perfect, you know, daughter. She listened to the mom. She did everything that her parents wanted her to do. Daphne was known as the weird kid that basically is invisible. She makes herself invisible on purpose, because her being invisible means they won't have the attention on her. But because Emma is rebellious and she wants to stand up for herself, it makes her, especially her mom, pick on her more. Every little thing she does, she picks on her, which gets her dad routed up. Her dad wasn't also a good person to her mom. He was cheating on her a lot. Update for now. It is really good so far, so hopefully it doesn't disappoint me, because like I think I've said this before, books like this, they do so well in the beginning and then they fall off, and they basically just give us like nothing. They give us nothing. So anyways, that's my update. Guys, I finished No One Can Know by Kit Elise Marshall. I finished it a like a couple of hours ago. I think, no, an hour ago actually. I went to Walmart and I was listening to the last like couple of chapters left of it, and honestly it was okay, but it is not a 5-star. It is not. I'm so sorry. I swear to God, I'm not doing this for the purpose of making, you know, the video longer. No. Like, it's generally not a 5-star. It had potential of being a 5-star, but I just feel like some things in the book was just like, I didn't see the need of it being in the book. The constant like pulling of who actually killed Daphne, Emma, and Juliet's parents. And then the ending, I just felt like the ending didn't make sense. And this always happens in thrillers for me. Like, every time I read thrillers or murder mystery books, it's so good in the beginning, and then in the end, it falls off. And I'm like, what? Anyways, I did enjoy it. It was a fun read, especially trying to keep up with everything happening. The 3 daughters and like who actually killed their parents. But then you get to the end and you actually find out who did it and why they did it, and you're like, it wouldn't make sense. Like, it just doesn't make sense, you know? Anyways, I rated it a 4-star. It was okay, but it just was not a 5-star. It wasn't even a high 4-star. It's just a 4-star. I do recommend it. It's a great read. It's fun. I think it is fast-paced. I think I started this yesterday. It is fast-paced. It's really listening to it. It's really, really fun to listen to. And yeah, okay, so not a 5-star. That's the second book of this video that disappointed me. The next read of this video is going to be Happy Place by Emily Henry. I read Funny Story by her last week. I thought that was going to be a 5-star, but didn't end up being a 5-star. So I told myself I'll pick up her other books because that was my first Emily Henry book. And then I saw this at Walmart and it's in paperback. It used to be in hardcover and I didn't like the hardcover version. So I grabbed it because it's in paperback, and honestly it's 300 pages long. I don't know, for me it feels like paperbacks are less intimidating than like hardcovers, because hardcovers makes you feel like it's longer, like the book is longer than it is, but paperback, like, it just looks a little. Anyways, but yeah, this is the next read. Let's hope it is a 5-star. If it's not, which will be very disappointing, because a lot of people are like, oh my god, they love it. I've heard like really amazing things, and people like rate it 5 stars, and it's a lot of people's all-time favorite book. So hopefully it is for me too, but if it's not, it is fine. We shall pick up another book and that will be book 4, but hopefully it is. Anyways, third book, here we go. Long time no talk. I don't think I've talked to you guys in a minute. It's a new week. It's a new week, and it's been rough. Okay, as you guys know, I started reading Happy Place by Emily Henry, and honestly I haven't made much progress. I'm on page 51, and I honestly cannot tell you how I feel about the book, because I have been reading this book for this video. So if you guys want to hear my full thoughts on this book and like how I'm feeling and what this book is about, you're gonna have to watch this video. But so far it's really good, but I will tell you right now, I don't think it's gonna be a 5-star. But then again, it has an opportunity to change my mind because I'm only on page 85, and the things that have been happening in the book is very intriguing and makes me want to keep going. But again, if you guys want to see my full thoughts and every opinion and what the book is about, go watch this video. It's already out before this one because I can't find a 5-star read yet, and you guys aren't missing anything. If whatever book that I'm reading for that video, I will come up here and I'll tell you guys. And if I do find a 5-star, I'll let you guys know. But I haven't found a 5-star yet, and I'm hoping when I do find a 5-star, it's for whatever book I'm reading for this video. But so far I haven't found a 5-star yet. But yeah, anyways, Happy Place. Don't know how I feel about it. It's a weird emotion. Like, I don't know, I think I'm low-key bored because it just feels like the two characters are whining, and like Wayne and Harriet, like, just tell your friends that y'all are not together. Y'all don't have to put on this facade. But honestly, I'm still early in to really understand why they're doing it. But there are some parts where I'm like, oh my god, I relate to Harriet. Like, some things she said that I'm like, oh my god, I feel that. So I have been annotating. I am still reading Happy Place by Emily Henry. I am on chapter 10, okay? And we actually have good news this time around. I was listening to it while I was on my walk yesterday, and I actually started liking it. I started liking both Wayne and, is it Wayne or Wayne? I never understand his name. Like, how is it pronounced? I don't get it. But anyways, I started liking Wayne and Harriet, especially like the fact that we get their relationship, how their relationship became a relationship, like how they got together, and like the past, the present. I really like that because it makes you like really get to know them a lot more on a personal level, and you get to connect with these characters, right? So I'm liking like their little bantering, well, from the past. The present, they're a little like rocky, but a part of me just wants them to like tell their friends what's really going on, and they could like save each other the misery. But I know that's literally not what the book is about. The book is literally built on the fact that they're not telling their friends what's really going on. So, but me personally, I just want them to open their mouth and tell them. But I don't know. Okay guys, so I finished Happy Place by Emily Henry yesterday, and I rated it a 4-star. It just is, oh my god, I was really disappointed at this book because I really thought it was gonna eat. I actually remembered that I have read an Emily Henry book before. I read Book Lovers, and that one was actually 5-star for me. Like, Emily Henry's writing is amazing, but this was just not for me. I didn't really feel connected to the couples. There's some things that Harriet said that I agreed with, and I'm like, okay, I can relate to that. But her as a whole, I didn't really feel connected to our main characters, and that's a big thing for me when if I'm gonna rate a book 5 stars. I want to feel connected to the characters. Like, for example, Book Lovers, the main characters in that book, I felt connected to them, and they felt like home. This didn't. I wanted to get it over with, and yeah, it was a 4-star. I'm very sad, and honestly, I'm not doing this to make the video longer. I'm telling you right now, the books that I've read, like, just weren't hitting the way I expected them to hit. Like, me personally, my expectations were so high. I thought they were all going to be 5 stars at some point, and they weren't, and I was really disappointed, especially with this, because a lot of people rated this a 5-star, and I thought, oh, this would be another 5-star of Emily Henry for me, and it was not. Okay, that's okay. Anyways, moving on to the next book, I'm going to be reading Magnolia Parks Into the Dark by Jessa Hastings. All the Magnolia Park series have been a 5-star for me. Not the Daisy Hayes, the Magnolia Parks. They have a special spot in my heart, and this is the last book in the Magnolia Parks universe, and I'm very scared but excited, especially with where we were left off in the last book, which was Magnolia Parks Long Way Home. The Long Way Home. We were left with a very tragic ending, and I want to know how we move on from that. I do know a lot of people say this is like a 500 pages full of pain and hurt, and I'm honestly really excited. I do want to annotate it. I'm looking to get in the Kindle version just because it's heavy, and like if I'm laying in bed I can read it on my Kindle instead of, or like on my phone, instead of carrying a heavy book. But we shall see if it's available on Kindle. I tried to go on Amazon to purchase it through there, and it said it wasn't available, and I was like, so I'm gonna check through Kindle itself and see if I can get it. But I'm really excited, and I'm scared to have such high hopes because I don't know how this is gonna end. But I remember when I went into the first Magnolia Parks book, I thought it wasn't gonna be a 5-star. I thought, oh, everyone is just saying it's gonna be a 5-star, and I thought it wasn't, but it ended up being a 5-star for me. I thought Daisy Hates was gonna be like my favorite, but I connected more to the Magnolia Parks universe than the Daisy Hates universe. Like there was so much more in the Magnolia Parks universe than Daisy Hates. So this is our next book, and hopefully our last book. I hope this book is a 5-star. I feel like if we're gonna end this universe, we might as well end this universe with all of the books being 5 stars. So I'm excited, but I'm also scared. Hi babes, here's an update on Magnolia Parks Into the Dark. I am loving it. I am eating it up, and I realized this book is 700 pages, not 500 pages, because what? Currently, I'm loving it. I am loving it. Oh my goodness, let me just say this. I personally have went through grief. Well, I'm still going through grief. I lost my grandma. It's been a year now, last year. So everything that Magnolia is going through, I felt. So I'm loving the book, and I'm hoping it's a 5-star. And honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you, it's starting to be like that because there's so much raw emotion, especially about everything that these people went through. I feel like Jessa really portrays their emotions, their hurt, their anger, like especially Magnolia, like the night Bridget died, when they were at the hospital, how she felt, how she was so dissociated. I felt that because that's really just how it goes, because you're like, damn, this is my person, and you're telling me they're not here anymore. Like I can't walk into their room and say hi anymore. Like what? Yeah. So anyways, I'm not gonna sit here and ramp on and on and on about that. I'm loving it so far, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's starting to feel like a 5-star because all the emotions that I look for in a book and how I can connect to the characters, I'm feeling it. Like I've never felt more connected to Magnolia than I do now. Maybe because we have the fact that we've both lost someone so important to us. Hi besties, I haven't filmed a clip for this video in a couple of days because I've been so busy editing or filming other videos so I haven't had the time to really sit down and read. I have been listening to the audiobook of Magnolia Parks Into the Dark when I go on my walks, but other than that, I haven't like really sat down and read. Now it's currently 12:57, and I'm gonna make me coffee first. I'm now 200 pages into Magnolia Parks. It's doing well. I'm hoping it's gonna be a 5-star and this video can be over with because it's already 3 weeks. Okay, I started filming this video 2 weeks ago. We're already in the 3rd week of this video, and it's crazy. And we're gonna keep going, and fingers crossed. Okay, here, let's go make my coffee. Monday actually, and I am still reading Magnolia Park's Into the Dark. I am like 400 pages in. I have this much left, so we're about halfway done. We're getting there. It's a process. It's taking longer than I expected. Anyways, I wanted to give you guys an update. I am living it, you know. I am annotating. I feel like I'm learning a lot in this book, and a lot that I can relate to in this book. Like, speed through this because I need to finish it. I want to start new books. Like, I have a lot of books that I'm like, I really want to read, especially some of my new books. Yeah, my new books are still on my vanity. Hi besties, it's been a while. I think I started this journey of finding a 5-star read May 6th, and it is currently May 31st. Did I think it was gonna take this long? No. My original like timeline, like duration was like maybe a week or two. But we're going into about a month. But anyways, it is now time to end this video, and you know what that means. Yes, I did find a 5-star read. Oh my goodness, it's been a long journey and a very bumpy one. Like, it's been a very bumpy ride, I'm not even gonna lie to you, but we're here, and it is now time to wrap up this video and for me to tell you my thoughts, my ratings, and all that stuff of the books I read in this video. Anyways, I read 5 books in this video, which is actually crazy. I didn't think I was gonna read 5 books. I was actually scared that I was gonna read at least 8 books before I find a 5-star read, but I'm really happy it did not get that bad. Here are all the 5 books that I read in this video, and we're gonna go through them. We're gonna start from the first book to the last book. And the first book of this video was A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. This book was a huge disappointment for me, and that was very surprising. I thought I was gonna like it. This was a foxtail type of fantasy book, and I just was not here for the plot and the way the plot was, you know, executed. I wasn't here for it. I felt like the book was generally really dragged on. I didn't feel any connection to any of the main characters, and that is a point off for me. It had so much potential, but I felt like we didn't get there, and I didn't like that. With that being said, I rated it a 3-star, as we all know, but I really was hoping it would be at least a 4-star, but no, she was not. She was not. She was far from it. Okay, I was dreading the end of this book so bad. I just wanted to finish the book because I didn't want to DNF it. Do I recommend it? Yes, because everyone's taste is different. Just because I didn't like it does not mean you won't like it, and maybe you won't rate it a 5-star. You know what I mean? So if you want to grab this book, go ahead and grab it. It is a duology. There's 2 books. I'm hoping the second book is a lot better than the first, so fingers crossed. And the second book was No One Can Know by Kate Elise Marshall. This one was actually really good. I had a great time. It was a thriller and a murder mystery. I really liked it, but it was not a 5-star. At the end, we fell off. The ending did not do this book justice. I felt like the ending could have been a lot better, and the attempt of plot twist here and there, one was successful, the others were not, and I didn't think we needed them. But it was a great read. I had fun. I finished this book in 24 hours. So yeah, in the span of 24 hours. I rated this one a 4-star. It was so close to a 5-star, But like I said, the ending always does it for me when it comes to murder mysteries or thrillers, because I feel like we get this build up in the beginning and then we get in the end and it feels like it just get lazy and the end is just, you know what I mean? But I have fun. I highly do recommend it. I think Kate did an amazing job. Okay, and then the third book, I didn't really read it in this video. I read it for another video, but I still counted it as a book that I read because it was still in the same timeline. But I didn't have any clips of me reading it for this video because I didn't want it to be repetitive. And I had so much fun reading this one. This was also another murder mystery, but we also had like a kidnapping situation going on in this book. I really enjoyed the concept of this book, especially our two main characters and how them losing their daughter, like their daughter being kidnapped, how it really affected them and their relationship, and how they had to learn how to move on and like try to deal with the situation in hand. But I had so much fun. I rated it a 4.5. It was not a 5-star because, like I said, the ending just was not it, and there was a lot of things in the book that I felt like I just was not vibing with. And yeah, I really enjoyed the book. I highly recommended it. But yeah, 4.5. The fourth book of this video was Happy Place by Emily Henry. This was another huge disappointment for me. Well, I wouldn't say huge, but kind of huge disappointment for me. I think in the beginning when I was reading this book, I did tell you guys that this was like my second Emily Henry book, but that was actually a lie. I didn't remember, but I did read Book Lovers by her last year, and I actually loved that book. I rated it a 5-star. I don't know why that slipped my mind, but I was actually very excited for this book because of the amount of reviews I've been seeing and how people loved it. But for me, I just felt like this book was just didn't live up to the hype. It didn't live up to the hype. I felt like a lot of the things that was happening in this book, if it were to happen in real life, it would not be like, okay, like, oh heck no, you know what I mean? I did love the fact that our main characters, like, they were working towards some of the issues that they have within themselves and within each other. I loved that, and I loved the fact that they were willing to pretend to be together for the sake of their friends. But I felt like if your friends are really your friends, they would understand the circumstances of what's going on between you and your significant other. But that's just me though, you know. I did fairly enjoyed it, but it just was not that 5-star read for me. There was so much things that I felt like, oh my god. And then the fact that I was reading another book while reading this one really said a lot for me, because if I was fairly enjoying this book to the point where it could have been a 5-star, I would have wanted my undivided attention on this book. But that wasn't the case. But I highly do recommend it though. I rated it a 3.5. It was okay. It was a 4-star when I first finished reading it, but then after sitting and thinking about it, I was just like, you know what, no. So I bumped it down into a 3.5 stars. Okay, and then last but not least, and this was the star of this video, and I'm pretty sure you guys already guessed what book this is, but this was the last book of this video, and it was Magnolia Parks Into the Dark by Jessa Hastings. As you can see, I'm lost for words. Okay, me personally, I love the Magnolia Parks universe more than the Daisy Hates universe. But I had so much fun in this video. It was 711 pages long. Did I think it needed to be 711 pages? Not really. But you know what, to each their own. I felt like if it was 600, that would have been amazing, but 711 felt like a little far stretch. But I felt like we got so much in these pages. Like, we got so much closure between Magnolia and BJ, and I love that. But we also got to see Magnolia getting through the grief of losing her sister. If you haven't read this book, please, you shouldn't even be watching this part of the video, because then this is spoiling it for you, and I'm so sorry. Well, if you haven't read the second book, then this would be spoiling. But if you have, keep on watching. Anyways, but yeah, we got to see her going through the grief of Bridget, and I felt like that's where I really related to Magnolia a lot. Magnolia as a person, I do not like. I don't like her, right? But
the growth that she went through in this book spoke a lot, and I love that. I love that we still got to see her growth. Was she still a spoiled brat? Yeah, especially during like the therapy session. If you know, you know. That really irritated me. I was like, girl, please grow up. You're like, what, she's 24, maybe 23, I don't know, but and she's acting 16. I didn't like that. But this is a really good book. I felt like we really got to see Magnolia in a whole new light, and we really got to see BJ in a whole new light. Do I think BJ had the most character development? Heck yeah, he had the most. Magnolia, she still got some work to do, because I feel like, yeah, she did have some, you know, development, like character development in this book, but we could have seen a lot more. I felt like she was still very much immature, and she was still very much thinking the world revolves around her. And baby, no, it does not. It does not revolve around you. I do love the fact that Jessa put in Magnolia and her dad's relationship, and how their relationship is so bad, and how that could really affect the child, aka Magnolia, and how she is who she is because of the way her dad treated her and made her feel like she wasn't wanted. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I had so much fun reading this book. The series as a whole, and I think the way Jessa writes is what I love. It didn't feel like a story. It felt like we were seeing this play out in real life, and we were like listening to these characters have conversations, and then it would involve the readers. And I really loved the fact that she did that, because it made it feel more personalized, you know what I mean? But without further ado, my rating for this book was a 5-star. Yes, this was our ultimate 5-star read, and it's actually crazy because it felt so full circle. The first book was a 5-star. The second book was actually a 6-star. I fairly enjoyed the second book a lot more. And then now the third book is a 5-star. So the whole entire Magnolia Parks books are all 5 stars for me, because I just felt so like involved in the story. I felt like as a reader, I was in there, like seeing everything that's happening unfold in real life. That's what I felt like, and it just felt so comforting. I don't know if that makes sense. Like reading the book felt so comforting. Again, it could be just Jessa Hastings writing, but I feel like the story itself, the plot, you really just wanted to see these two figure it out and work it out and become endgame, because yeah, they're messy. They are. Their relationship is messy, but honestly, I would not see them with anyone else other than each other. And I felt like they loved each other so much, especially when you're reading the vows. Oh my god, I cried. But I was sobbing, because oh my god, to love someone that much and to be able to describe it is crazy to me, and I love that for them. I felt like we got the happy ending we all deserved, because we were all in this, you know, rah with them. Okay, we were all on this journey, like this year's journey with them, and I'm glad they figured it out. And the ending was amazing, and I felt like it was all, you know, full circle. Really, I highly recommend this book, the whole entire series. It's been a long 3 weeks. Okay, 3 weeks of searching and reading and trying to figure what is going to be a 5-star, and it's over. That's crazy to me. But I really hope you guys like this video. These were amazing reads, and I highly recommend all of them. I think they are all unique in their own ways. But yeah, I really hope you guys liked this video. Thank you for coming on this journey of finding a 5-star read with me. I wouldn't have done it without y'all, because doing it alone would have been dreadful. But if you're new here and this is my first video you're watching and you like the vibes, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, join the family. We have fun over here. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all your support, all your love. You guys are literally my besties, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.